Have you ever wondered about the bones of a story? What did the outline look like before the characters hijacked it? Ophelia Kee always wondered the same things about her own stories. As a discovery writer, the chaotic pantser style, not even the author knew how the tales in the Draoithe Saga would go until they went backward, analyzing one story while busy writing the next tale or two somehow never happened. Apparently, OK put things off long enough, and some fancy computer magic will provide us with those long-wished-for story overviews. We can finally X-ray the tales from the dream and see their skeletons. Shall we investigate the next story in the dream?
All right, welcome to The Explainer. This is where we get into the nitty-gritty, the foundational lore behind some really epic stories. And today, we are diving headfirst into the world of Ophelia Kee's quest for the Valkyries. It's a story that kicks off with something super simple, but really ominous: a knock at the door right before midnight. So put yourself in this scene for a second. It is almost midnight. The doorbell rings, and when you open it, there's this mysterious, really well-dressed man on your porch. You can smell the expensive brandy and tobacco. And the craziest part? He looks at you like he knows exactly who you are.
And then he drops this bombshell. This is how it all starts. The man, his name is Ash, makes this absolutely wild declaration to a guy named Luke Mendez, who just so happens to be the leader of an entire immortal kingdom. Ash is convinced, absolutely certain, that he was summoned there by a magical call he heard in a dream.
Okay, so a dragon showing up on your doorstep is a lot to take in. To really get what's going on here, we've got to pull back a bit and look at the bigger picture, the world they're all living in. And that world is Draoithe. Now, this isn't just some spot on a map. Think of it as both a sanctuary and a battleground, a place where all these legendary beings are real. And get this, the whole balance of magic in their world is being restored, piece by piece, one fated couple at a time.
So, who's running the show? Well, at the very heart of Draoithe, you've got this powerhouse trio. There's the High King Luke Mendez, he's also known as the Dire Wolf King, and then he's got his two most trusted lords, or Ruri, named Fox and Javier. Pretty much everything, it all rests on their shoulders.
All right, so let's get back to the dragon. Where does Ash fit into all this? Well, his story didn't just start tonight at Luke's front door. Nope. It actually began over 900 years ago, all wrapped up in a dark and really powerful prophecy.
See, Ash and his 6 brothers, they were literally brought back to life by a shaman to be these immortal protectors. But just think about that for a second. For centuries, they served a king. Then, for centuries more, they had freedom, but no purpose. They've basically been stuck in this weird limbo, completely unable to do the one thing they were created for.
And here's the kicker, the magical fine print. Without a king to serve, they can't actually access their true power. It's been over 300 years since any of them have been able to shift into their true dragon forms. I mean, they're still super powerful, for sure, but they're not whole. They're incomplete.
This whole prophecy thing, it really gets to the heart of their problem. You know, back in the day, they had to rely on these mortal women they called handlers, just to be able to fly. But that was just a temporary fix. Their real destiny, the thing they've been waiting for, is to find their fated immortal mates, the Valkyries. With them, they can form this permanent, telepathic bond that finally makes them complete.
So, you see the impossible choice they're facing, right? They can either give up the freedom they fought so hard for and serve a new king, or they can stay stuck in this aimless, incomplete existence forever. I mean, what do you even do? What would you choose when the price of your destiny is your own free will?
But let's be clear, Ash didn't just show up to talk about some dusty old prophecy. No, he's here because he's in a desperate, frantic race against the clock.
And the reason for all this urgency? It all boils down to one single number. 1. That is the number of fated mates, his fated mate, that Ash can literally hear dying psychically right now. Her soul is already starting to echo in the netherworld. The clock is ticking loud.
He's actually seen it. He's had a vision of where she is. She's being held captive in this rundown warehouse by forces working for the story's big bad, a guy named Peter Elliott. And this Elliott guy, he's bad news. He kidnaps immortals and performs these horrific illegal experiments on them.
So Luke, the Dire Wolf King, he doesn't just take Ash at his word. He challenges him. He basically says, okay, you want to serve me? Prove it. He gives Ash a shot to prove his loyalty by taking on this unbelievably dangerous rescue mission. I mean, the stakes just could not be higher.
And of course, Ash accepts. But he's not about to go into this thing alone. And this is the moment where the story just completely blows up in scope.
So what does he do? Ash jets off to Ireland to get some backup for the rescue. But he doesn't come back with an army. Oh no. He comes back with his 6 brothers. And for the very first time in centuries, all 7 of the original Dragon Knights are standing together in one place.
Just listen to these names. You've got Ash, Smoke, Char, Blaze, Flame, Lightning, and Ember. I mean, their names alone sound like an absolutely unstoppable force. And now they are all here, together, ready to pledge themselves to a new king and finally find their mates. And then, another piece of the puzzle clicks into place. Blaze, one of the other dragons, recites another line from the prophecy. And it suggests that their fated Valkyries, plural, aren't just in danger, but that they are all being held captive together in that same warehouse. So this mission just got a whole lot bigger. It's not about saving one person anymore. It's about saving all of them.
So the stage is officially set. You've got 7 ancient dragons, 7 prophesied maids being held captive, and 1 seriously nasty villain standing in their way. This is so much more than a rescue mission now. It's the culmination of centuries, literally centuries of waiting. And it all comes down to this one question. Can they fulfill a 900-year-old prophecy before it is just too late?
I sincerely hope you enjoyed this view of a story skeleton, glimpsing the characters, setting, and plot structure along with the twists within the writing in this tale from the Draoithe Saga by Ophelia Kee. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more original stories and audio adventures. A special thank you to OK Music Writers for writing and for sharing the Enter the Dream soundtrack. It's more than a story, it's an experience. Welcome to the dream.